Hello, everybody. Welcome to Townsend 909. Welcome back if you're a lovely subscriber or viewer. Today, me and Bryer from Bryer's Music Showcase, Garrett slash Scott from SoundLab Studios, and myself, we will be reviewing Mr. Wonderful by Fleetwood Mac, their second album from England. They had a US album called English Rose. We're going to review the two singles off of that, Albatross and Black Magic Woman. I made a top five with the singles and without them. I also made an improved version of this album. So did Garrett as well. I don't know if Brian did. Like I said, I said in the group chat you didn't have to.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Like I said, you didn't have to. I thought it would have been a good idea. Like, hey, I'm good to do it. If you guys want to do it, sure, I don't care. But anything? Well, I know Bryer likes to do a history lesson before an album review, so I'll let Bryer do that.
All right. Well, there's really not much to say because not much. I mean, I think it was the same year that this album came out as the debut. Just small changes. This was mainly recorded live, and supposedly, I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but this took 4 days to record. Kind of sounds like it, but there's some, but yeah, big changes that they did. I know that the producer decided to add a horn section just to kind of give more, kind of add something to the sound, which we'll get into in a bit, because you do hear it quite a bit on this album. And of course, this album didn't do as well as the debut. And so, yep. And of course, it has this wonderful album cover here. And yeah. And one more thing. Last thing. One other big moment in this album was that this was actually the first time they had some person appear on the sessions. And it's a woman named Christine Perfect. All I'll say is that I kind of liked her stuff. She should probably stick around.
She should. She should maybe start writing songs, because I bet what she writes is a lot better than some of the stuff Jeremy Spencer is writing here.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. Gary, anything you like to say before we review the album?
I'm going to get all of the apologies out ahead of time. Sorry to any fans who love this era of Fleetwood Mac. Please wait for our Then Play On review if you like Peter Green, or at least just skip to the end of this video where we talked about Black Magic Woman and Albatross, because I love those two songs, but I am about to demolish this album.
Yep, same. And I'm not sorry about it.
No, I'm just giving it. It's more a forewarning to those who like this era that I'm sorry that I don't have nothing against you. I just don't like this particular album.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go harsh on it. I mean, I'm gonna say what Gary said about when Rush, the debut, was his least favorite album. The last three albums make me wish that this was their worst album.
Oh, Rush's debut is miles ahead of this album.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, in terms of like when I heard this album, and then I heard the last three albums, I'm like, man, if only this was the worst album of theirs.
Oh, yeah, it does kind of remind me of that. When I listen to Rush, it's like that. The Rush debut was my least favorite for a long time, and then I got like Snakes and Arrows, and
that's what I felt when I listened to Time and Say As You Will or Beyond the Mask. I'm like, can Mr. Wonderful be the worst album again? Because these are way worse. But that's getting way ahead. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot bad to say. I have a lot of critiques, but trust me, once we get to the last three albums, that's when I really go harsh on them. Especially when the new members come in. Like Rolling Stone said, this is the best thing to happen to Fleetwood Mac, and you'll find out
they're
if I
wrong.
agree with that.
No, they're wrong.
Okay. First song on the album, Stop Messing Around.
All right.
I'll go first if you don't mind.
Okay.
So this song sounds very similar to most of the stuff that was on the first album, and if I was to hear this song, I could probably not tell if it was on Mr. Wonderful or the first album. I'd probably be like, which one was this on again? Was it on the first album or the second album? Oh, it's the second album. I think the only saving grace for this song is that it's Peter Green, and I like Peter Green so much better than Jeremy Spencer. His voice is at least it's at least better than Jeremy Spencer's, and his guitar playing is honestly a lot better too, because he at least does creative things on the guitar, and Jeremy Spencer is just kind of and Peter Green is playing around the blues scale a lot, and I really love blues guitar, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix. Peter Green is an amazing guitar player, but he's a lot better than what you hear on this album. he can do better.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. This was written by Peter and some other guy. Pretty much all the Peter Green songs were written with. Peter wrote this with some other person named C.G. Adams. I don't know who he is, but don't know who
that's
he is,
who's holding him back.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, Tim, decent vocals. It's an okay opening track. I mean, it's just some more blues. Only there's horns and piano in the back, which to me, I think that was probably the biggest highlight. Was just the horns on the piano.
Yeah.
But other than that. And I don't know about you. I'm not a fan of the production on this album. It sounds a bit more muddy than the first, in my opinion, to my ears at least. But I don't know. It just kind of feels kind of rushed. But I mean, they recorded this in 4 days, so that might be it.
I can see after hearing this.
Yeah, but
I will say I do think I'm going to disagree a little bit and say I think the production is a bit better on this next album, mainly just because they're adding in the horns and the piano. It gives it more of a full sound rather than just, oh, here's Jeremy Spencer playing the slide guitar and Fleetwood and Mac on the rhythm section. Like they're adding in some more stuff on this album, and definitely a step in the right direction musically, but songwriting wise, they tanked on this album. I think at least the songwriting was better on the first album.
Yeah.
Okay. As for me, I actually really like this song. I kind of agree with both Bryer and Garrett. The guitar playing is fantastic. I feel like if the guitar playing was as good as this song throughout the entire album, I feel like it would be a lot better. Yeah, it's actually, and the horns and all that add something that was very much missed on the first album. Yeah, almost everything Peter Green did on this album, I'm like, it's a step up from the debut. As for the other one, yeah, I'll just say this for now. I think
The production on this album kind of reminds me of Pendulum by Creedence Clearwater Revival. However, the songwriting is much better on Pendulum.
Yeah, like at least Pendulum had
John Fogerty is a better songwriter than Jeremy Spencer.
I feel like there's a lot of people that's a better songwriter than Jeremy Spencer.
Like Danny Kerwin, but we'll get to him in the next album, or at least the last two songs on this video.
Even Ringo was a better songwriter than Jeremy Spencer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say this with the 4 days, I don't think that should be an excuse of why this album doesn't sound good. The Beatles were able to make "Please Please Me" in a day, and it sounds a whole lot better.
Yeah. And also the songwriting.
It depends. Sometimes rushed albums can do good things, like "Please Please Me" or Elton John's Caribou album was made in like a week. It was like right after Yellow Brick Road was released, and they're like, we need another album to follow that up. So in a week, he made Caribou, which a lot of people think the songs on that album are stupid, but I really like that album.
I own it on record, so
I know there's another. Led Zeppelin's first album was done in 24 hours, I think, as well.
Yeah, so I think if Zeppelin and the Beatles could do a great album in 1 day, I think Fleetwood Mac could have been capable of doing it in 4 days. That's just my opinion. I know some Fleetwood Mac fans, some geniuses would be pissed at me for saying that, but that's just my opinion. Next song on the album, "I've Lost My Baby."
Okay. I've been holding back for a while, but on the first song, but here we go. Okay. So why is this on the album? Like this is pretty much just a filler track. It sounds the same as pretty much every other song on this album. It's just that same kind of blues shuffle, and it's like every time that I hear this song, I'm like, I just want to skip to the next one because there's really this doesn't bring anything new to the table. It's just the same old thing.
Yep, it's blues, all right, and that's all I wrote for this song. I mean, yep, again, written by Jeremy Spencer. He's on lead. There's some piano, so it has a little bit of that, but it's not very prominent. So because of that, yeah, I didn't have a whole lot. Didn't really have an opinion on this one very much. Just kind of there.
Yeah, to me, it's not that bad. I mean, like I mentioned just at least a minute ago, I just said Jeremy's song, the song that he made, "Shake Your Moneymaker," none of the songs ever got as good as that song. I mean, neither did the debut though, but I'd say the worst Jeremy Spencer song, "Cold Black Night," I actually would say is better than the best song that he made on this album, which is "Dust My Broom." So this one's not the best. This isn't Fleetwood Mac at their peak. I'm not gonna say this is horrible. I'm not gonna say. I mean, some of the songs I heard in the last three albums, I'm like, ugh. But
It's not horrible. It's just a heaping helping of meh.
That's a good way of putting it. Next song, "Rolling Man."
Okay, the Rolling Man is actually pretty good. I will give credit to this song. I like Peter Green's guitar playing and singing on this one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. This was definitely one of the better songs on here. Definitely the horns and piano a lot more prominent once again. And I did like the interplay between Peter's guitar and the horns, kind of going back and forth. I thought that was kind of interesting, and it does pick up towards the end. So at least there's a little bit of a pulse in this album. But yeah, this was okay. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. This was definitely a standout on the album. I'm not gonna say where it was on my list, but makes it in my top five. Yeah. When I listening to this song and stop messing around, I'm like, why couldn't Peter Green be like the only one doing the singing and songwriting on this album? Why did Jeremy Spencer
exactly.
Why did Jeremy Spencer have to get involved at all? Like,
why couldn't Peter Green have met Danny Kerwin before Jeremy Spencer? Would have been so much better.
Yeah, and it's such a letdown. Like, it's so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like these first two albums are such a missed opportunity with Peter Green because I feel like there's so much potential with these two. Clearly, there's so much potential with these two albums that were sorely lost because of Peter Green's co-buddy, Peter Spencer Dave. Spencer, I don't even care about his name. Spencer Green. Spencer whatever, I don't care.
That's my broom guy.
Yeah, I'm going to call him that for the rest of the video.
That's what I'm going to call him too. Don't even deserve to say his name. His name is Dust My Broom cult guy.
Speaking of Dust My Broom guy, next song on the album, Dust My Broom.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, I hate this song, but because it's a joke with us, I love this song. If that makes sense. This is the blueprint for 3 other songs on this album. 3 other songs that sound exactly the same as this one. But this is at least the best one out of the 4 that sound like this.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's the first time you hear it, so I'm sure when you first hear it, you hear it once, like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then, as we know, as we go through the album, then it starts to get old a bit.
Yes.
But yeah, it's fine. You know, there's some piano again, but other than that, it's like we talked about, the same blues shuffle throughout the whole song. It doesn't really go anywhere. just stays in that same field. But yeah, that I don't have much to say about it.
The image that this song elicits is Mick Fleetwood's face on the front of this album cover.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're beautiful.
When you hear the same "Dust My Broom" like 4 different times.
Right. No wonder. I mean, look, he's gone crazy. You got that doll in his hand too.
Oh boy. Well, it at least created one of the best running jokes in our group.
Yeah.
Dust My Broom. And we've also, I think, if you people watching, we've started making memes off of that album cover. That picture goes around a lot.
Yeah.
It's Dust My Broom. What else do you want us to say?
Yeah. Not for my opinion on it. I'm gonna copy and paste Garrett's opinion on it because apparently they like to do it on. Apparently, Dust My Broom guy likes to do it, so I'm gonna do it. So copy Garrett, copy it onto mine, and yeah, that's my opinion.
Copy and paste, just like Dust My Broom guy.
Yep, they use my Pro Tools. Oh wait, it wasn't there in '68. Don't believe them.
Yeah, no.
It definitely was.
Whenever Pro Tools did arrive, though, it got a very special first album. The very first album produced on Pro Tools was "Summer in Paradise" by the Beach Boys.
Yeah, it's on my top shelf. It's looming over my head.
I can't believe you actually thought that.
You think you're Mr. Wonderful like you do "Summer in Paradise"?
I don't know. Maybe if I want to be completionist, like I probably would just to complete the catalog, but I'm not in a rush.
If I can get like a cheap beat up copy of that thing, then I'll buy it just for the memes. But
yeah,
I ain't spending $100 like it normally is for.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, who would pay $100 for Mr. Wonderful? I have no clue.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, next song on the album, "Love That Burns."
This is another good one. It's like all the Peter Green songs are like, there's potential here. And then as soon as I'm like, maybe this album isn't going to be so bad, here comes Dust My Broom guy and his stupid slide lick again. And it's like, oh, yeah. But this one is actually pretty good. I like the piano on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Once again. Yeah, just a nice little mellow song. Again, the piano, was definitely a huge highlight. Pretty much all the Peter Green stuff were ranked pretty high for me. That's a given, but yeah, this was decent.
I agree. This is a great song. This is definitely a huge standout compared to the previous song that revolves around dusting someone's broom. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I kind of like what Gary said. Like every time I listen to a Peter Green song on this album, I'm like, ooh, this is, maybe I'm wrong about this album. Maybe this is a solid, good blues album that maybe I'll go back to more. And then go back to "Dust My Broom" Part 2. Yes, I'm not even gonna call them by the names of the songs. I'm just gonna say their parts. So next song on the album, "Dust My Broom" Part 2. What do you gotta say?
Dust My Broom Part 2, Broomy Boogaloo. Not as good as Dust My Broom. This one is the same thing, and like when you hear it, it's like, oh, haven't I heard this somewhere before? Maybe I'm just imagining things. And the lyrics are a lot worse. At least like Dust My Broom, it's like I'm just sitting thinking about stuff while I'm dusting my broom. This is like, hey baby, call me Dr. Brown and I get you medicine. It's like, what the heck, man? Like that's so stupid. Like he wants his girlfriend to call him Dr. Brown. I'm your doctor, baby. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Dr. Robert would kill Dr. Brown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Doc Brown would totally kick Dr. Brown. time.
Yes, the real Dr. Brown is Dr. Emmett Brown.
Yes, exactly. Let's just say I'm definitely gonna need a doctor after hearing this one. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same song. There's really nothing to say about it. It's literally. I mean, it's in the same tempo as well. Like,
in the same key.
Exactly.
If you hit play on the intro to either Dust My Broom or Dust My Broom Part 2, Broomy Boogaloo, you're not going to be able to tell what the difference is until it gets to the actual singing.
Yep. Exactly. Just like, okay, yeah, I got nothing to say. It's just the same song. There you go.
I'm going to say what Ray Davies says. Nothing to say. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I agree. This is a very crappy song.
What's even worse is what comes immediately after it.
Well, side one ends off on that, but hey, side two could get better. Having probably another amazing Peter Green song because Peter Green, Fat Jeremy Spencer, Peter Green, Fat Jeremy Spencer. Oh, it's gonna totally start on Peter Green song. What's the next song on the album? Oh yeah, Dust My Broom Part 3. Of course, I gotta have that right after.
It works better on record at least because it ends and then you flip the record over and it's a new start. But when I was listening to it on YouTube today, I was like, I feel like it's just the same song that just kept going. And I looked and like, oh nope, it's the next song right after the last one, Dust My Broom Part 3. And I'm trying to come up with a funny caption for that part. That's My Broom Part 3. What you doing to me? I don't know.
The song doesn't give you much.
It's like I just heard this song not even 5 seconds ago, and you're giving it to me again. It's like when the Eagles did they did Wasted Time and then the Wasted Time reprise right after. But at least Wasted Time is a good song, so you're okay with hearing it twice.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it's like, that was boring. Let's see what the next song has to offer. Ah, it's the same song! It's like, why?
Yes.
Why? This is the most angry you have ever seen me in the history of any of our channels because it is so wrong to put the exact same song twice on your album, much less up to this point 3 times. If you're going to do that, people have a right to call you a sellout, basically, because you're just putting filler on your record.
Mm-hmm.
And people say that this is the experimental version of Fleetwood Mac. Listen to Then Play On if you want to hear the experimental Fleetwood Mac. This is the pop sellout Fleetwood Mac, Mr. Wonderful, with the same song 4 times.
You all right?
Yes, I'm just using this as an excuse to get emotional because it's fun.
There you go.
I will say this. Keep in mind, lovely viewers, Jared got less upset when I said The Who is way better than the Beatles. So that.
Oh no, it's something in me hurting. So actually, I got more upset when you said Good Vibrations was annoying. But I at least was like, he's entitled to his opinion, even if it's wrong.
Angriest y'all have been.
I just said the chorus was annoying. I didn't say I hated the song in general.
Oh no, not as bad as when we looked at that Led Zeppelin article that you reminded us.
Oh yeah.
That made me. Oh, that made me angry.
I don't know if you saw it, Garrett, but I listened to it again, Good Vibrations, after the stream, and I was a little overstated. It's still my least favorite part about Good Vibrations, the chorus, but I take the vibrations over like 4 different times.
3 different times up to this point. I'm not even gonna say what's about to happen.
Yes.
But it's like, and I don't even remember the actual name of this song. I just remember that it's Dust My Broom Part 3, and like I can't even remember the lyrics to this one.
Need Your Love Tonight. The only reason why I remember is because I have the track list.
Van Halen has a song with the same title that's much better.
Yeah, exactly. My take, I mean, this is the part of the album where I got pissed off. Like, I felt like this album was insulting my intelligence. Because did they really think that people were just gonna accept that they're playing the same riff over again? like I have a way better memory than that. So yeah, I just hate this song purely. I'm just hating all these songs purely because of how lazy this looks. But I guess
It's
they
a
were
rush
cool with it.
job. And apparently, the American record executives thought this was so bad that they put out a compilation with just some of the best tracks from this mixed with singles because they thought it was that bad.
The Americans knew.
Except that their album cover, if you could believe it or not, was even worse than this.
Well, you know, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
It's a really odd cover. It looks a lot like that one though.
Yeah. Again, it's Mick Fleetwood on the cover.
It's Mick Fleetwood. It's basically Mick Fleetwood being Mick Fleetwood again.
Yep.
He was kind of the jokester of the group.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could see Keith Moon doing that though.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like not 60s Keith Moon, but like 70s Keith Moon when he got really crazy. Like when he had the beard, like I could just imagine him with his messed up TV, like
Bellboy.
well, get and not.
Bellboy.
That song's better than this. Well, I love Bellboy, but still.
I love Bellboy.
Yeah, it's good.
It's actually funny.
It's fun.
This is insulting to music fans' intelligence. Is what this is.
Yeah.
Bryer just said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this time I'm gonna copy Bryer's response, like they copied the That's My Broom, and paste it. That's my opinion.
My broom guy.
Bravo to you, That's My Broom guy.
When does That's My Broom guy leave the band again? Oh yeah, 2 more albums.
Well, he's not even on Then Play On. He doesn't play anything on that album.
Except for a little
And,
bit.
you notice how a Peter Green era album that doesn't have him at all is my favorite. Not only is my favorite album in that era, but my favorite album in general by them. Starting
I
to
wonder
notice
why. Almost like one particular member is holding back the progress of this group, and I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I wonder what would have been my favorite era of Fleetwood Mac had that guy wouldn't have been in the band. Wonder who. Next song on that album is "If You Be My Baby."
It's a Fleetwood Mac song on the second Fleetwood Mac album, and there's Peter Green and Dust My Broom Guy, and it's the blues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's horns on it too. That's it.
And a piano player who is capable of so much better.
Yes.
Actually,
I think not much else to add.
I will say this after listening to part 2 and part 3 of Dust My Broom, this song just sounds amazing. This sounds like
right, that's true.
It's like true. It's like on Synchronicity when you hear Miss Gradenko come on after Mother, and you're like, this makes this sound like King of Pain or something like that. It's like it's a pretty good song, but after you hear it after Mother, you're like, why does this sound so good? Oh yeah, it's because of what I just heard before.
Yeah, these 2 songs back to back, and then listening to it makes it sound like Never Going Back or like Oh Well.
Yeah.
So that's probably where I'm coming from, but like, well, going back to those 2 songs, Dr. Brown and Neither Love Tonight. I
think you mean Dust My Broom Part 2 and 3.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to give the genius a little less anger to work with because might be angry at him right now just calling them Part 2 and 3. But I was on Register today and I wasn't paying attention, but I was like, when's this Dr. Brown song gonna end? And then I'm like, oh, it's the next song. I'm like, what the hell is this song? I didn't remember it being this long, and then I'm like, oh, it's the next song. God damn. This is like one of those cases where the silence in between you flipping the record and putting the needle down is better than the music that's on the
in the words of the last song on Mystery to Me. Why?
Yeah. Well, I do like If You Be My Baby. That's a good one, but I can see where you guys are coming from, though.
No, I'm talking about That's My Broom, 52 and 54. Yeah, If You Be My Baby it's all right.
That's fine.
It's there.
Oh,
It's listenable. It's not like Rust My Doom.
I wouldn't ever put it on a playlist or anything, but
Nah.
No.
but if like I shuffled their catalog and I got the song, I wouldn't be like, oh, I have to skip this. This is horrible.
It's just there.
Even Boogie. That's the next track.
Okay, here is another insult to music fans' intelligence. This is just the instrumental version of Shake Your Moneymaker. Like, you're reusing stuff. Like, if I paid money for this album, I would be very upset that there's the same song 4 times and the instrumental version of a song I can find on another album. Not worth it.
I mean, for me, I'm not even a huge fan of instrumentals to begin with, so you can already tell my opinion on this song already. And this is the point of the album where I was really getting sick of Jeremy's slide guitar. Like, I really don't want to hear it anymore. He just loves that thing. But yeah, it's an instrumental. Who cares?
It's like, we get it. You love the slide guitar, but that doesn't mean we do.
And I don't hate the slide guitar. I just don't like how he's playing it.
I know, it's like, it's just the same. It's a fifth. It's just that same. He slides up and he just does a fifth. Over and over again. That's all he plays. It's like, play something else already. Get Peter in here to play his cool blues licks. If I have to hear one more time, I'm gonna out of here.
Oh man, I feel bad because there's going to be one more track where you got to deal with that.
We haven't even gotten to that one yet. That's the worst one.
This song is just, I don't even. It's an RA instrumental. That's all I'll have to say. Lazy Poker Blues. It's the next track.
Finally, more Peter Green. We need Peter. Where's Peter Green? Where has he been? It's been a while since we've heard from him.
I'll quote a song. Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I wanted you?
Turn that junk off. Turn that junk off.
What's he playing?
He was playing Dust My Broom. I think it might have been Need Your Love Tonight or Dr. Brown, and I don't even know.
One of them.
Okay, stop. That's how bad this album is. I'm not trying to get excited with my audio, but it's bad. But that's how bad this album is, where you don't know the difference between.
You can't tell which song you're playing. They're the same.
That's how bad it is.
I need a meme. You remember The Office? I need The Office where it's corporate has told you to tell the difference between these two pictures. It's Dust My Broom and Dr. Brown. It's like they're the same picture.
Yeah. Okay, in all seriousness, though, Lazy Poker Blues.
Peter Green, you are the hero of this album. You have salvaged all of the horribleness of Mr. Dust My Broom Man. You have swept up the shattered pieces that he has made of this album and have turned it into a great blues song. Please do more. Find a guy who's better, and he does. And create an album with a Shakespeare reference, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know we're including Albatross and Black Magic Woman, but if we exclude those, then this is probably my favorite song on the album. At least this one has a pulse. This one it's more upbeat. The horns and pianos are more prominent. Like, this is something I can listen to. And so, not saying a whole lot, but compared to a lot of the stuff on this was like finally. So yeah, I like that one. I like this one.
Yeah, I like this song. Sadly, it goes downhill again after this song, but this is a good song. Yeah, I like it. Next song on the album, That's My Broom Part 4.
That's My Broom Part 4. Time to get it out the door.
Company Home is the real name.
Okay. So, as if the other 3 times they did this weren't bad enough, as soon as it starts up, not only do you go, because it's the same thing again, but because it's slightly different. It's like Under Pressure and Ice Ice Baby. Like Jeremy Spencer is Vanilla Ice, where they're like, Under Pressure goes dun 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 dun. Ice Ice Baby is dun 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 dun. There's a different duh in there. So this song, it's like it's like slightly slower, and he plays it slightly differently, and that is extremely insulting to get to hear the same thing. And they now you can at least tell which one this is because of the slightly different beat. Who cares about this song? Not me. I do not want to hear Dust My Broom Part 37 on this album. Please start doing something different and make some good music. And I know they have it in them because I've heard their next albums. Their next albums are absolutely incredible, but if you can get through these last two songs, this song here especially, then you're going to get to the good stuff. Hold on, people, cuz don't give up on the Mac yet. They are good.
Yeah.
You just gotta get through the dust mat of the door.
Even McGee says, "Don't stop. Just
Don't stop thinking about tomorrow.
Don't stop. Yeah.
It'll soon be here,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be better than before. But you gotta dust your broom one more time."
Yeah. I got nothing to add. I just wrote I only wrote three things. One, this was a cover. Two, Spencer's on lead. And three, I give up. That's it.
That's a fitting way of putting it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is horrible. This is garbage. Hot garbage. I'd rather listen to Fiddle about 20 times than listen to
No.
No,
I'd rather listen to
I would agree with that.
I'd rather listen to Fiddle about because at least there's a little interest. At least there's a few interesting things going on with the horns, and at least Entwistle's voice is decent to listen to.
You just gotta listen to the instrumental version.
Yep, I'd rather listen to that 15 times than listen to.
I'm gonna have that playing in my head, like in my sleep. I'm gonna be asleep, and I'm just gonna go. It's gonna like play my dreams.
You'll hear it in your nightmares, Garrett.
That's what I said. Tried so hard to forget that last song. We're done. Finally, more songs to talk about.
We're through all of the Dust My Brooms.
Trying so hard to forget. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the last song again?
Trying so hard to forget.
I'm trying so hard to forget the 4 times you played Dust My Broom, but I can't.
Yeah.
That's like one of the only things I can remember. I listened to this album today, and all I can remember is A, the Peter Green songs are better, and B, Dust My Broom 50 times.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't write much. I know it's Peter Green I'm leading this one, but I think this is probably my least favorite of his songs on this album. Literally one of my notes of this song was, I just want to forget this album. Yeah, it's kind of, I think compared to all the other Peter Greens, this one was kind of the most dull. There was a harmonica, which was, at least there was something different, but again, the whole song just didn't really do anything. It was just kind of a very mediocre way to close out this album. Yeah, not one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, 5 favorite songs or 3 favorite songs?
You're done with the bad Fleetwood Mac for a long time, at least.
Yeah.
Yes, not until like the late 80s, but we do have some more songs to talk about. Albatross, what do you guys think about that song?
Okay, finally time to talk about some good stuff. When I heard these songs, man, so good. It's a complete 180 of what I've said about Mr. Wonderful. Albatross is absolutely amazing. It's a really great instrumental. I love the chill feeling of it.
Oh, I got my Steely Dan FM single.
No static at all.
Cool.
FM. I don't want to get copyright strike, so I'm going to stop singing that. But I love the chill vibe of Albatross. I like just the happy images it elicits when you hear it. It's a feel good instrumental.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that Gordon Ramsay meme where he says, "Finally some good fucking food." This is me. Finally some good fucking music.
Finally.
Yeah. Again, and I'm coming from the guy who's not a huge fan of instrumentals. This was actually good. Like Garrett says, really great vibe to this one. And again, Peter Green's playing on here. Like, finally, we're back to that melodic playing that we heard bits of it on the first album. But here, actually more upfront, and yeah, that was so welcoming. So yeah, this was.
The other thing that makes it great is Danny Kerwin. This is when they finally got him. Mm-hmm. It's like something about bringing him on and getting Dust Mike Broom Guy to the back seat is what made Fleetwood Mac even better.
I said this before in the last video, but Jeremy Spencer is the Mike Love. Danny Kerwin is the Neil Peart of.
Yeah, the new guy makes the band a lot better. Yeah. Except Mike Love is better than Jeremy Spencer, because at least Mike Love had a few memorable contributions. Jeremy Spencer has nothing good to this band.
Not that, but at least the debut Rush album is a million. Even the weakest song on Rush is better than in my opinion, the strongest song on Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not excluding these two singles at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing instrumental, chill, very. Love it. Better than the best song on the album.
And apparently John Lennon really liked this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big Fleetwood Mac fan. He named his group in that Rolling Stone Circus live concert thing, Dirty Mac, because he was a big fan of them.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Magic Woman, that's a big one. Let's talk about that.
Wait. I thought we were talking about Fleetwood Mac, not Santana. Oh, is that the Santana album? It's
the album it's on. I had it ready.
But in all seriousness, Fleetwood Mac did it first.
Mm-hmm.
And this, if Dust My Broom was the blueprint for Mr. Wonderful, this is the blueprint for their next album, showing big things are to come. Because so much better. It's a completely different vibe from anything on Mr. Wonderful. It's like they're going from just plain blues music to like slightly bluesy psychedelic music. And it's great. And I love when they do the switch up at the end where that kind of changes tempo. I love that. So much better than anything.
I just like right away you could tell in the beginning with the broom. I got a black magic woman. Like right away, you could just snap of a finger. You already know it's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just great song. Yeah, really great song. Of course, like most people, I knew the Santana version first. But yeah, but hearing this version, yeah, definitely have a much better appreciation for the song. Yeah, again, a lot of the stuff that we already mentioned. Great drum rhythm. Has a big sound to it. Again, it has a great atmosphere to this one as well. Again, it's just really great. And again, you have more of Green's playing, more melodic playing, which again adds to the whole atmosphere. Again, just a really great song in general. And yeah, this was great.
Believe it or not, I actually heard this before the Santana version. I know.
I've actually never heard the Santana version. You can believe that.
You haven't.
But I know that the guitar playing on the Santana version was done by Neil Schon, who would go on to join Journey.
Yep, that's true.
That's all I know about that one.
Okay. It's weird. I know this might upset Bryer, and I'm apologizing for saying this, but I much prefer Fleetwood Mac. Probably because I'm used to it more. I guess I'm most familiar with it. But...
That's fair.
I haven't even heard it, so I got nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, I like the Fleetwood Mac version better.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know which one I prefer now. But I think they're both pretty good in their own separate way.
That's true. Well, now that we talked about the album plus two great songs, I don't know if you guys did a top 3 or top 5. I did a top 5. Do
Yeah, I
your
did one.
list with just the Fleetwood Mac with the Mr. Wonderful songs, and then what it would be if those two singles were on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5. Oh boy.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So if we exclude the singles, my top 5 would be. Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Here we go. So my top 5 would be number 5, I've Lost My Baby. Number 6, If You Be My Baby. I just realized even the titles are repetitive. Number 3, Stop Messing Around. Number 2, Rolling Man. And number 1, Lazy Poker Blues. And if we include the singles, just shift everything down and just put the 2 on top.
My top 5 is I'm just gonna say the Peter Green songs. The Peter Green songs are my top 5 without the singles, and then just like Bryer, put everything down, and then number 1 is Albatross, and number 2 is Black Magic Woman.
Okay. My top 5 would be number 5 would be Dust by Broom, solely because of the amount of fun we've made out of
for the memes. That's my honorable mention. For the memes,
not for the music, but for the memes. Number 4,
just because it
Lazy
spawned
Poker
one of the best inside jokes ever.
Yes. Number 3, Rolling Man. Number 2, Love That Burns, and then Stop Messing Around. Best song on the album. It starts with the best song, and it just goes downhill.
It all goes downhill from there.
And yeah, my top 2 would be Black Magic Woman and Albatross, and everything shifts down. Album rating.
Oh boy. Well, believe it or not, this is not going to be the lowest I've ever rated an album. If you can believe that.
Okay.
The lowest I ever rated an album, that honor goes to, and some people actually really like that album, but that honor goes to Odelay by Beck, which I gave a 4. I gave a 4 out of 10, and that was a cursed video because like our internet kept cutting out. I think the guy I was doing the video with got sick, and we kept having to reschedule. So that video is actually currently unlisted on my channel right now, just because I feel like that video really isn't up to par with my other videos. So I've kind of hidden it because I don't know. I feel like it's a cursed video, and I gave it a 4 out of 10.
You should send the video to us. You should send it to us.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys. You can watch. It's a cursed.
I remember.
video.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I saw that. I left a comment on
it. But Mr. Wonderful is going to get a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay. How about you, Bryer?
I gave it a 3. For 3 reasons. What? Wait, 3? Is it 3 reasons? Okay, maybe. All right, maybe. I know one of the reasons was the horns. Number 2, Peter Green stuff, and number 3, Christine.
Yeah, it pretty much launched her career with the band.
Yes, that's it. The 3 reasons to get 3 out of 10.
Okay, so before I'm not gonna say the rating exactly. I'm gonna tell you how I rated this album every listen I do it. So every album I listen to would always start with a 10 out of 10, and then it goes down from here depending on whether I like it. So take a part off right away just for it being very repetitive. Even the best stuff, just very repetitive. So it's now at a 9 out of 10. Repeating the Dust by Broom riff, that docks a point for each time they do it. So 3 times. So now it's going from a 9 out of 10 to 7, 6. Another point I'm going to dock off for having Dr. Brown and the other one being simultaneous together. That's a 5 out of 10. And then I'm going to dock half a point just for the annoying thing. So at least at 4.5 out of 10. That's how I rated it.
Okay. Well, we have the same rating.
Yeah.
Please stick around for our review for the other Fleetwood Mac albums. They get infinitely much better just with the next album. Actually, just with the next song. Oh, you've got it.
I got it.
I have a question though. Is that the one with Then Play On it?
Yeah,
Or
it
sorry,
has-
is that
it
the one with OL on it? Or
Yeah, it has it.
okay,
It
is
even
it
has
like
Green Man Machine as well. Green Man Machine
oh
as well.
that must be the one with all the bonus tracks? Like
Yeah,
the
and it's a
deluxe
good one
edition.
too. It's a little book type thing.
Cool. That is a okay. I have my copy waiting right here. I love that album so much better. It's like what happened with this band? You had stupid Dust My Broom and then this. Like
It's like comparing
Like
it's like
night and
comparing
day.
that newest. It's like comparing the horrible 2002 records to like the Who Sellout. That's kind of how I put it. Even then, the horrible Who albums are a lot more, has more variety. At least it doesn't.
at least
At
they
least
didn't
it's
repeat
not.
the same song 4 times.
At least Pete Townsend didn't do that. I bet. I wonder how. Pete Townsend would have reacted to that album when it first. How he reacted to it if he did listen to it. Just imagine Pete Townsend be like, "What is this rubbish?"
What is this rubbish?
Knowing Pete Townsend.
If it's not number 1, it's not good.
It's crazy because this album charted better than all the Bob Welch albums.
Why?
Let that sink in. I don't know. I guess UK likes Dust My Broom, but not Bob Welch.
Mhm.
No. Bob Welch
know.
albums are criminally underrated. They're
Oh yeah,
so good.
totally. Yeah.
Especially Mystery to Me. Then get up beyond that awful album cover and have a listen to the music. Oh, it's hiding behind you there.
I'm hiding back there. It's there. It's also looming over me.
I have to say this. Even though the Bob Welch is my favorite era, like the Lindsey Buckingham Nicks era and the Bob Welch era could go both hand in hand.
Yeah.
But the Peter Green era, yeah.
One good
Like,
album.
Yeah.
But what an album it is.
I don't even know if Killing House would be considered to be part of the Peter Green
That's
era.
like the transitional album.
Yeah, it's a transition album.
Even though Dust My Broom guy was still
Yeah.
on that one.
I mean, it's better than what. I mean, I will say it's not as bad as it is. Like this is his lowest, I'd say.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you when he was at his peak, guys? When he wasn't on the albums at all. That was when he was at his peak.
You mean
Oh,
the Jeremy
yeah.
Spencer group?
Yeah. Like
I saw a record at the store. It was the Jeremy Spencer group. I'm like, oh, is this going to have Dust My Broom on? It's like Jeremy Spencer's greatest hits. Dust My Broom. Dust My Broom Part 2. Dust My Broom Part 3. Dust My Broom Reprise. Dust My Broom. Like,
staying at Dust in My Broom.
still dusting my broom. There's a broom and it's a dusting.
Baba O Dustin.
I have a broom. It's made for dusting.
I look at the
Won't be
floor and I
dusting my
see
broom
it
again.
needs sweeping while I'm sitting here dusting my broom.
Won't be dusting my broom again.
Oh no! I'm not gonna pay for his cleaning services.
Yeah, okay, guys. Even though this was just us hating on the album, this was a fun video to make.
It was.
Sometimes we just need a bad album review. I mean, me and Garrett did what Stay with the Hollow. Well, I felt like we were a lot nicer on that album because
Stay with the Hollow at least had some good songs on it.
Like the single "Stay," the title track is a million times better than "Stop Messing Around." And even Candyman, at least it wasn't like 4 different versions of Candyman on the album.
Candyman, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think Candyman is better than most of the stuff on this album. I hated that song.
See, that should prove how bad this album is. I mean, yeah. But yeah, just to reiterate, the reason why I gave it a 4.5 out of 10, 1 point off for being repetitive. Basically 4 points for basically Dust My Broom riff, and then like 0.5 just for how awful the riff is in the first place. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. We already said basically our last words, but thank you guys so much for watching this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Most likely our next video will be me and Bryer talking about a good album, Black Sabbath. Thank you. So see you guys next time.